Hey there. So you heard about my issues with the DMV. I actually had the nerve to go down to the county to see if they would do a fee waiver, because they will waive fees on certain things. And I read the clauses, and one did pertain to me and no fault of my own. And anyway, I got to the county there and Highland area, and they're like, I'm sorry, this is just for your ID. It's just for the ID or whatever. So I went to the DMV and I said, I waited in line, and a stupid man at the counter, and it's the same counter, guess what, that bitch screwed me over on. Same fucking counter. They changed their area. They kind of not remodel, but switched things around. After waiting in line, and I talked to him and I told him what happened. He goes, well, it's always due in April. It's always due in April. It's always April. And I explained again what happened. And I said, she said that day I could change my date. I had just had to wait in line again. I couldn't wait in line again. Well, that was then. And, this is 6 months later, type of thing. He goes, and a week later, whatever. It's just, that was then. That was that day. And, people waiting in line, I see them being handled, the way they're being handled. Like, you just need to do this online. Go to the kiosk. You can do it on the internet. Yeah, do you think your internet really fucking works for DMV registrations and shit like that? It doesn't. It doesn't. Sending people away after waiting in line. This one guy's like, I'm staying. I'm not going to go to a kiosk. Big, long-ass lines. And then I have some electrical issues on my car. And so I said, there's got to be people that do free estimates, right? And I called one place and she goes, no, we charge $120. And this is what I just hung up her. That's enough. I don't need to hear what you do. And then I drove by this place. There's like 2 cars, they're like empty. And I walk in, there's these signs, Jesus, Christianity, Jesus, all this shit on in their auto place in the lobby. I thought, oh, cool, maybe they're kind of righteous people. And this lady comes out, and I said, I want to see if I get a free estimate on some electrical issues I'm having. And no, we can't do that. I laughed. I said, you say you're with Jesus, you're a joke. And I just walked out. It dawned on me. Guess what happens? When you call and you want to get an estimate over the phone, what do? Give you an estimate, don't they? Do they charge you? No. This is with I called Jiffy Lube because I needed a new battery. I wanted some diagnostic done. She kept, she was really nice, and she was very helpful. She even said, go to AutoZone. You can have your vehicle diagnosed. They do this thing on you. It's free. Even AutoZone does shit for free. And then they ended up, I didn't know, but AutoZone, he goes, your battery's dead, so we can't even run these other tests. It's just done, because I'm, as I'm living in my car. And there's just some lighting issues, and so it's draining the battery. When you roll the window up and down, you're hot, cold. And I called Jiffy Lube, and they were a lot more expensive. And she goes, the AutoZone changes your battery for free. I go, they do? And she goes, yeah. And so I was still there at AutoZone. He was really nice. I said, can you replace my battery? And he goes, yeah. He was kind of busy. He's probably stressed. And he goes, no, we'll do it, no problem. And I go, what's the charge? He goes, it's free. I go, okay, let's do it. So we bought a battery. I bought, middle of the road, $100 or whatever it was, 1-year warranty. I'm still having electrical issues because of the other things going on with my lighting. My door switched. The light doesn't come on now. I have a broken glove box light and other things. Brake lights are being weird. And so I just want you to know these people have no respect for money. They do not respect money, including that fucking bitch. at that fucking Jesus place. And there's a gentleman, they have a memoriam on the counter. He's fucking furious at you guys. Even the auto, I can hear their spirit going, I can't believe you turned her away. You know, when I was talking to Jiffy Lube, she didn't just give me all information. They don't know this information. She had to, please hold, you know, she'd ask somebody, okay, this is it. Please hold. She'd go to ask somebody. She's still having to talk to people, ask you what's going on. You could have done the same for me. Could have done the same thing for me. You have no respect for money. What does that mean? You shouldn't have any. You shouldn't have any. You should not have money. You have no respect for people, and you have no respect for money. You're the stupidest people on the fucking planet. I told that guy at the DMV, I go, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. I can't wait. So, people don't even know how to react. They're so furious. They're so furious. I can call any fucking auto place over the phone and get an estimate. And they're going to put me on hold and pull it up and this and that. Tell me how much labor, tell me my options. Wouldn't you? Right. See how stupid you are? All right, peace out.